The SEC and Gary Gensler under fire. Does this mean we're getting close to a case settlement with the SEC versus Ripple? On this Friday, we're going to dive right in.
I ain't gonna give in now, I just gotta live this now. I ain't gonna be man, I'ma kill this stuff real quick. I'ma go figure the town, cause I gotta be that king in the ring when I'm knocking them out when I'm back with the whip. Cause I am just up on the journey, know that I'm just going insane.
Warriors, rise. Grand Rising, good evening, Warriors all over the world. My name is Coach JB, and what I do is I make the complex simple. I take macro and microeconomic information and I bring it into a simplistic level so the normal everyday public can understand or understand deep in their heart what is actually happening. I think we can all agree we're going into a new monetary system if you're watching this video or you're working to understand what is actually happening. We're switching from Web 2.0 to Web 3.0, industrial to technical, and there's a huge quantum shift happening right now. Now, the great thing about this, as we head into a recession is not great, but this is where the wealth is actually built. And as everybody looks this way, you can learn to look this way. You can change your whole family's timeline. Now, I'd love to have you part of my Warrior Academy. So I want to show you a quick video to show you exactly what the Warrior Academy is about. We've now helped over 6,000 Warriors' lives worldwide. We hope to be yours next.
Is designed to keep you trapped. 2017, I walked out of a high-paid vice president job because I was absolutely miserable. Working 16 to 19 hours a day because that's what the system taught me to do. And what I discovered through countless hours of meditation, research, reading books, understanding how the millionaires and billionaires operate, the system is designed to keep you trapped. Today, I own multiple companies. I travel all over the world. I'm financially free, and that's exactly why I created this community of like-minded warriors coming together called the 3T Warrior Academy. Now, I don't say this to brag. I'm sharing this with you to show you what's possible for you. Whether you're just starting out or you're looking to take your life to another level, we believe the Warrior Academy has something for everybody. Processes that take you step by step through disciplined, consistent activities, and that's exactly what you're going to get. Our 120-day challenge, all you have to do is open up the app and take it day by day. We're going to take you through the disciplined, consistent activities to take your life to the next level. Within 1 week, you're gonna feel a difference. Within a month, people are gonna notice a change in you. That's how powerful this 120-day challenge is. So if you're truly ready to break free from the old paradigm into a new paradigm of discipline, consistency, great relationship with your family, financial freedom, and learning the pillars of wealth that'll change your life and generational wealth to come, I'm gonna invite you to do our program for 7 days for free. The 120-day challenge has changed over 5,000 warriors' lives worldwide, and we hope to be yours next.
Warriors, let's get your together.
All right, Warriors. I'd love to have you inside of our Warrior Academy or coach with me privately. There's availability for that as well. Click the description down below. Now let's dive right into it, Warriors. Very, very important to understand what is actually happening. So there was a U.S. Senate hearing yesterday, the congressional hearing. So this was interesting. How many people watch this video? It just blows my mind how few people watch these videos. So this was the U.S. House Committee Financial Services. They were having a basically not an event. What's it called? A hearing basically. And so they're talking about, is this coincidence? Or is this coordinated, what's actually happening, where the SEC is stopping innovation in America? Do you guys realize what the SEC is doing right now? They don't have the ability to, they have the ability to force the rules, not to create the rules. Congress creates the rules. And so I want you to listen to this part, basically with Tom Emmer talking to the chief legal officer of Coinbase around what's happening. It's very important to listen to what he's saying. And then we're going to watch a 5-minute video from John Deaton sitting on Fox News. We are right on the precipice of something massive. If It seems like America is trying to stifle this. Like we're trying to stifle it. Every other country is cooperating. Every other country is coming in with clear regulatory framework. America, there's something going on, and even the Senate Financial Services is asking, is this coincidence or is this coordinated? So we are witnessing history in the making. Watch this.
Thank you, Chairman Hill and Ranking Member Lynch, for holding this important hearing today. And thank you again to our witnesses for your testimony. Crypto technology is shifting economic power from centralized institutions back into the hands of the people. It's transformational, and it can be threatening to unelected bureaucrats and, quite frankly, some elected people here in Washington, D.C. This threat is most saliently observed through several recent administrative actions. On January 3rd, 2023, the Fed, FDIC, and the OCC issued a statement discouraging banks from holding crypto or servicing crypto clients on a, quote, safety and soundness basis. On February 7th, 2023, the Federal Reserve published a statement in the Federal Register seemingly turning this perspective into a final rule without following the public comment process outlined in the Administrative Procedure Act. In the midst of this, on January 27th, 2023, the White House National Economic Council published, quote, the administration's roadmap to mitigate cryptocurrency's risks. This report summarizes President Biden's political plan to lawlessly abuse the administrative state to push American crypto firms and their United States customers into offshore, unregulated, opaque, and unsafe markets. These recent actions are an explicit display of what Congress and the American people already noticed. This administration is weaponizing the banking sector to debank legal crypto activity here in the U.S., using scare tactics to run an entire industry out of the country. And the collapse of FTX should...
Wow, this is Congress using scare tactics. As they tell you to look this way, look this way.
Warn us of the vulnerable position we are putting American consumers in when we don't compete to keep crypto firms on shore. Clearly, the administration's policies are motivated by a thirst for increased control over the American people. Because here in Congress, crypto is not partisan. Republicans and Democrats have an 8-year history of working productively together on solutions to this space. Mr. Gould, no regulator has understood the importance of unlocking access to financial services for crypto companies better than the OCC under Brian Brooks. Of course, you did great work on that team, so I'm going to ask you a series of questions that will, I hope, assist our committee's work.
Now, we've been talking about Brian Brooks, right? What he's talking about. Brian Brooks left the head legal counsel of Coinbase. He came to America, or he was in America, went to the OCC. During that time, allowed federally chartered thrifts and banks to custody crypto. And now this is the new head legal counsel for Coinbase. So Brian Brooks came and got us on track, and now we're back off track.
First, in your view, is the administration's regulatory posture towards digital assets encouraging or discouraging financial institutions from offering services to digital asset firms?
Discouraging.
In your view, is the administration's regulatory posture towards digital assets encouraging or discouraging financial institutions from innovating themselves and offering digital asset products and services to their clients?
Discouraging.
As it concerns innovation and consumers, what is the potential impact of the administration's negative, wide-ranging statements on safety and soundness with financial institutions engaging in digital asset activities?
One possible consequence is that it drives it into less visible areas of our economy where we can't monitor it, we can't manage the risks associated with it. Another possible outcome is that it increases the technology gap between the larger banks, which continue to invest and expand in technology versus the smaller banks, which frankly don't have the same resources and aren't able to pursue as aggressively investments in technology.
Okay, so I'm going to leave it right there. So what they're saying, what's happening is they're fulfilling a political agenda. That's all this is happening. Problem, reaction, solution. The SEC cases versus Ripple was all political agenda to move in the new Howey test to make sure that their bags get packed. We know that Gary Gensler has a big portfolio at Vanguard, which he's meeting with Vanguard. I'm not sure if he has a portfolio with BlackRock, but we know this is all, and I'll show you on the back end of this video. This is a longer video with John Deaton. I don't know if we'll get to all the things in this video, but on the back end here, it shows how many people have called out Gary Gensler for personally packing his own bags in regards to the decisions that he's making.
It has been more than 2 years since the Securities and Exchange Commission filed its lawsuit against crypto company Ripple for selling unregistered securities. Now, after a lengthy battle, a district judge may be close to announcing a decision, the outcome of which will impact the entire crypto industry. Joining me now is lawyer John Deaton, who's closely involved in the case, and our own Charlie Gasparino. And you two have had many conversations on there. I've been some yes about this.
You're still with us. I mean, in terms of the case.
Yes, I did.
Explain. You're on the side of the Ripple shareholders, right? You're advising Ripple.
No, I'm for the XRP holders.
I'm sorry. Yes,
the individual retail holders. We have 75,000 plus.
I'm going to get a lot of crap for
that. That's okay. But amicus curiae, the judge. I filed a motion to intervene. The judge said, "Well, I'm not going to let you become a defendant with those 70,000 people, but you can be amicus curiae. You can participate."
And the SEC tried to get you kicked off.
They fought us at the beginning, and then they filed motions, and they tried to kick me off, and
you're still here.
Lost. And we got a good victory last night.
Okay, so victory last night was the judge basically said, you know, here's some. You can have these expert witnesses. SEC can have these expert witnesses. But what he really did was saying, off the checklist is the expert witness decision. The next decision could be summary judgment, correct? Which means she might rule from the bench either in favor of Ripple or the SEC.
Absolutely, Charlie. This was a Daubert motion. Ripple has 10 expert witnesses, and the SEC has 5. Both sides challenged their experts and saying they should be excluded. The victory we got was there was an expert the SEC was offering who was going to testify as to what XRP holders thought in their head when they purchased XRP. Of course, he never interviewed one single XRP holder in his entire career.
Yes, this guy has ESP, huh?
And he received a $3 million contract from guess who? The SEC.
Oh, nice.
To serve as a witness. And so the judge excluded that part of his testimony that he's not going to be allowed. To your point, though, some people believed that the decision on Daubert motions on expert witnesses could come down simultaneously with the summary judgment motion. So I tweeted out yesterday that I wouldn't be surprised if we get a decision in a day now or within a couple of weeks.
And let's be real clear here. If the SEC wins, says, and they hold Ripple liable for selling XRP, which was an unregistered security, big thing. That means just about every crypto, except for maybe Bitcoin, and maybe even Bitcoin, could be considered a security, correct?
Well, I mean, Gensler's come out and said that Bitcoin is the only one he's comfortable saying is a commodity. Right. So I think you can take Bitcoin off the table
now,
for that.
Let's just say the SEC wins this. And a lot of people think they will, given what happened with Sam Bankman-Fried, that it's going to be hard for a judge to basically side on the, in crypto's favor. Does it have a ripple effect through the industry in the sense that, how does that make Coinbase? That means Binance, all brokered unregistered securities. Aren't they kind of on the hook?
Well, it's going to be a huge precedential value if the SEC wins, because when you look at XRP, it was created in 2012. It was the third largest cryptocurrency in the world when the SEC sued Ripple. It was traded, Charlie, Cheryl, for 7.5 years.
This is so important what he's saying right now. For 7.5 years, it was traded. Listen.
The United States and around the world openly and fairly without any interaction from the SEC. And then the SEC comes in 7.5 years later, after it was declared convertible virtual currency by the FinCEN, and declared by FSOC as virtual currency, by the Government Accountability Office as a virtual currency utilizing a decentralized platform. After all of that, the SEC comes in after all those years.
Okay, they still have a strong hand. If they win, that ripples throughout the industry.
And that's what I was getting at. If XRP is deemed security.
Do you think they're going to win?
No. I think the SEC is going to lose, but that doesn't mean Ripple's going to get an outright win either. But I think the SEC is going to lose at summary judgment because of the theory that they went with. Charlie, normally when you go after a promoter, you say, well, on this particular day, you made an unregistered securities offering or sell. And that particular transaction was a security, an investment contract. And now they're saying that all sales of XRP, the token itself is a security.
I think
and that's the problem.
Okay, so that's the important part right there. So to understand the case, and then I'm going to go through this stuff really quickly, so we're 15 minutes in. But to understand the case is maybe during the beginning, when they were what they're suing Ripple for, that XRP was traded as a security, but it evolved into a non-security because it can operate independently. I don't have an investment contract with Ripple. When I invest in XRP, I'm not. It can operate independently. It's a bridge currency, right? So this just shows you these articles here. U.S. Supreme Court questions SEC's rejection of Grayscale's Bitcoin fund proposal. Judges express skepticism of SEC argument in Grayscale Bitcoin EFT hearing. Gensler's politicized, biased, and rigged SEC free enterprise project. This is from the National Center of Public Policy Research. Highly recommend you dive into this and just go through it. You can see everything is based on political bias. Money and politics go hand in hand. SEC targets conservative investors, just as IRS targets Tea Party. SEC, this was interesting. This stuff I've dove into with you guys before. The SEC chair, they're considering adjusting the climate disclosures. This is all about ESG, guys. Environmental, social governance. So Biden went into the Paris Agreement right away. Gensler is tied to, obviously, Biden, right? That was his pick. And basically, was it Biden's pick? I think it was. Anyways, so basically, BlackRock, Blackstone, I didn't want to speak out of school there, so said that incorrectly, but Bridgewater, everybody's moving into ESG, World Economic Forum, environmental, social governance. It's all about politics and money, guys. So follow the money flow. Don't get caught up in emotion. Don't get caught up in tribalism. These are things that I'm going to be diving into a little bit later. Bank sees clear potential for value in Swift experimental CBDC. Swift Sandbox. I went over Project Icebreaker yesterday with the Bank of International Settlements. We're here, guys. This is the moment we've been waiting for. This is our Super Bowl. So now we're just waiting for things to kind of pan out. Stay calm. Don't trip. Buy the dip. Diamond hand. Hold the line. That's what we do here at the Warrior Academy. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. As we said, 7 days for free in 2023 for the Warrior Academy. Go in there. Check it out. I promise you 60% of, 60% of people stay after 7 days. So that should tell you something. If you want to coach with me privately, we now have 6 spots left. So click the link down below for April 3rd class. If you want to coach with me privately and my team. And that's all I got for you today. Warriors, rise. Everything's down in the description down below. See you soon.